Yo, what up? It's Curios here. And today we're just gonna do a video of me playing the Nexus. I'm gonna show you guys how to do a free run on Nexus without spending very little to hardly at all on blue coins. And if you're wondering what I'm running, I'm just running some perfect mods. These are not necessary. Honestly, it's just like average stuff. Um, Defense, ideally you want to go with anything defense. You're gonna get your money's worth with it because like this whole build that I'm gonna be doing is primarily just gonna be for um, have zero evasion and just maximize on your shield because Pinaka's shield has damage mitigation, so well a limited amount of damage that it can take. So it's quote unquote like able to take a lot more than most people think. So I'm gonna do something just to make it a little bit easier for myself, but this is not necessary. I just did a run without using these mods, so it can be done without it. Where is not those? Where's Sarah? If you guys would like, I can try to do a run without using mods at all. If you really want me to do that. The weapons I'm going to be using for this run is the Hex missile. Well, not the Hex, the the light missile launchers. I can use this or the Hex missiles. Either one, they're both roughly the same. They're decent, so there isn't really much. The only difference is one's like better for AoE clearing, versus the other one being better for killing the boss. So if you want to make sure and guarantee that you're going to kill Tristago and Tatra, then you could try using the light missiles. These are only level 6 and they're only +4, but like honestly, you could. I've done it with just using tier 4 weapons, non-level, just regular tier 4, and even if you want to like just invest it, get it to tier 1, well, a tier 4 +1, you're gonna get your money's worth from that because it'll be stronger or equivalent to a tier 6 weapon. So this is gonna be what I'm running. I can do with just 2 ammo crates. The third one is just in case if I get bad RNG, and I'm just gonna run 3 decoys. The decoys are really nice for the last boss, but like they're not 100% necessary. All right, so we're gonna do the Nexus, and we're gonna run this. And the whole goal of what I'm gonna be trying to do is to have 0 evasion and just raw damage, a lot of damage and a lot of crit damage. That's the main thing. Ideally, like if I do happen to get the chips for the light missiles, it would be the best.
Pilot
But
proceeding on board.
we'll see what we get. I'm gonna try not to spend any blue coin at all in this run, but if you need to spend just a little bit, it's perfectly fine. But I'm gonna try to do 0 blue coin investment into this. I might break this rule if I see one chip being the ideal chip.
Pinaka, engage.
If you're wondering what my calibration of my Pinaka is, it's not even maxed out yet. And I was doing this when I had Pinaka at level 1. So this can be done with, honestly, with like 0 bid without hardly any investment into this. And I want to say like out of 10 runs, 8 runs, 8 to 6 runs, 6 being if you had bad RNG, 8 being you have decent RNG. you can clear it pretty effectively. You're gonna only miss like only a few rounds where like you're lacking something or the chips were not in your favor. So in this run, I'm not looking to get the highest clear speed, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes with this kind of build, you might be able to get a pretty decent speed, and you might be shocked on just how strong Pinaka's bubble really is. It's honestly like to a point where like it probably should get nerfed, to be honest. I'm not a Pinaka player at all. I'm a Panther player, but that Pinaka bubble is so absurd. So most people would be going some evasion or repair or something. You just want damage. Just focus on damage, crit rate, and the chips for the weapon. And lastly, max shield. See, this right here, this is what I want. Gonna make this run a little bit quicker.
Reloading. Stabilizing.
Make sure I reload. Alright, shield max, that's what I would like to have. Repair, I don't care too much. The crit rate, that would be real nice to have. I'm gonna go with the shield max right now. Okay, crit damage, where am I at? Damage, 8%, okay, let's get some crit damage going. And yes, I know, I don't have no crit rate, so the crit damage is going to be doing absolutely nothing, but I'm preparing myself for when I get crit rate. Just knock him out of that stand just so I can get the lock on. Make it easier for myself. This right here, this is actually super strong. Not this the fluid armor aspect of this, but the 40%. The reason why is because with this, it allows you to gain the chips that requires you to be 40% HP or lower in order for them to give you a bonus. And with this, it allows you to cheat your way of getting at the 40% HP. And you can just get so much power from it, like an unreal amount. See, so this right here, this is going to be the next thing that you want. The nano machines is super good for when you're fighting the bosses. So you're going to add a lot of power right there. And I can't spend anything more, so I'm just going to look and cry about, I want to get this. Cry. You got to have a little bit more. Like right now, I can afford not using the shield right now because these are super weak. All right, evasion, HP, the crit rate would be nice, but like I feel like I can RNG it. Believe, not the greatest. One more, believe, and damage. Even the 8% damage you would take, honestly. You might be asking like, oh, why do you take the 40% HP chip if your HP is like at 40%? It's like, isn't that super dangerous and kind of backwards on what you should do. Yes, but like it's a gamble. The gamble is yes, you can get one shot really hard, but the trade-off is you get so much value that you'll you want to take the risk. So I'm gonna get the 4% crit rate right here. I do need to get some crit, and I need to start working on it now. Boom. Alright, crit damage. It's pretty nice. And the reason why I'm just like hovering above is just because like it makes it easier for the rockets to hit things, as well as makes it hard for the enemy to actually hit you a little bit. Make sure you reload, make sure you regain your energy. Shield max, evasion, damage. Alright, we're gonna face the first boss real quick. And this shouldn't be that difficult. I should be able to finish. I shouldn't die. Quote, I shouldn't die. But I have died to this a few times. Just because I wasn't paying attention and the turrets killed me. But, you know, live and learn. Make sure you put your shield up. These will hurt you if you don't have your shield. Reload. Oh. And you want to be right behind just to make it a little bit quicker, just slightly. And fire. There you go. Alright. The nano machine here, limited to 3, is pretty nice. It's not bad. It just makes you able to do a lot of damage. I could re-roll this around a bit. I'm just going to grab it because I don't want to spend too much. The crit rate, that's super nice. This is super nice. Alright, so crit rate, I'm going to get the 20%. And if I were to spend blue coin, this is where like I would spend the blue coin in order for me to get this right here, which will cost me 2,400. But I'm gonna say truth to my word and not spend any blue coins, even though I really want to get this. I'm crying, sad, cry. Later on, I do want to get a little bit more area effect, but we'll see what the universe gives me. I'm just gonna get the crit damage just because it's right there. And I want to maximize as much as I can with the coins I have. Sure. Gotta keep in mind I have the snipers I gotta deal with. Shield. Turn my shield off. Shield back on. I'll take the crit rate. Ooh, nice. Rates at 28. This is the fire. Nice. Oh, this is perfect. Shield max and regen plus 30%. See, this right here is the reason why this whole thing works. Is if you're able to buff up the shield max and the regen of the shield, you reach to like a decent threshold where you could absorb enough damage, and the moment that they're not shooting rockets or they're not hitting at you and they're hitting something else, and or you have a little quote unquote break time, you can turn off the shield, let it regen, and just get it up there a little bit and turn it back on when you really need it, and it will save you a lot of time. This way, you don't need to have 100% evasion at all, really. It's a nice thing to have, but like it's not necessary. And if you're curious, like how the interaction with evasion and the shield works, if you happen to have 100% evasion and you use a shield, either Pinaka shield or the defense field or whatever you want to use, um, the shield will still take damage even though you're at quote unquote under 100% evasion. That doesn't matter if it's lasers or blasts or whatever. The shield still takes damage of it, so you can easily just like burn through your shield, even if you have 100% evasion. It's actually something that I normally do when I'm using the thermal saber and doing a thermal saber run. It's one of my favorite runs to do. Super hard to do, but it's rewarding just to see the visuals of everything. I might post me doing a thermal saber run later if you guys are interested in. Let me know in the comments. All right, so what I'm doing right now is just aiming my cursor where the enemy will spawn, and I'm just gonna bombard him as soon as he spawns, and he won't be able to do anything. So, for my shield, and there we go, he dies. Boom. Okay. So, this is terrible, not really good. There might be a way to make this work. I'm not stationary too long for this to be really nice overall. It would have been cool. This is pretty nice. If you don't have Kill Blast, this is also a pretty decent way to mimic Kill Blast, but you need some area effect in order to make this work. I'm gonna grab this just in case. Oh, see, this is perfect right here. And oh, cool, another one. So this chip right here is the main reason why I do the 40%, limiting my HP to 40%. Is this, and along with another one that gives you like a 30% damage increase, just for being 40% HP. It's just so much value. This right here, you're already getting crit damage 120% plus a crit rate of 116. And if you're curious, a yellow chip is 100%. So this is already 20% more crit damage than the yellow chip. Plus the addition of you having the crit rate, which is I believe a purple one or a blue one. Don't quote me on that. So you're getting more value from this. So I'm gonna grab it, and I would so want to grab this and this. These right here, these two, perfect. Honestly, like all of this, I would have grabbed all of this if I could, but staying true to my word. So the next thing I really want to look to try to get is evasion. Not evasion. My bad. Wrong word. I'm gonna look to try to get a restart chip. Either a restart chip or while airborne gain 30% damage. That's also a very nice chip that can give you a lot of free damage. An additional 30% damage just for you just being in the air. And what I've been doing is basically what that chip would count as. Just gliding around the air and just shooting my missiles. So I want to go damage here. Just going to quickly look where I'm at. I'm at 24% damage. Crit damage is 120. My crit rate's at 48. Plus, you gotta keep this in mind that these chips right here, the below 40%, they do not apply. So you have to keep that in a mental note. So I'm at what, 48? So I got to plus an additional 16. But I'll say it's not bad. Cool. Evasion, let's go! No. I'm gonna reroll once. Crit rate's at 12. I'm out. The area effect would be the nice thing. I'm gonna grab the area effect, honestly. Uh...
Stabilizing. Energy low.
I can live. Keep reloading real quick. Damage, where I'm at, 36% damage. I want to cut that higher. That's not enough damage for my taste.
Stabilizing.
Crit damage, where am I at my crit damage? My crit damage is 120 plus an additional 60. Puts me in a pretty... Oh, fuck. Shield on real quick. Should kill it.
Reloading.
There we go. Oh, there we go. So these two right here, these are super strong. This is for the below 40% HP. You get an additional 30% damage. Or at six layers, get an additional 50. This right here, I think is probably the best thing I could do for really hitting the bosses, which is what I'm gonna need. This is so nice, but like I think this just outweighs it. Oh, this is perfect right here. This right here. The more of these chips you get for the light missile launcher, or vice versa, the hex missile launcher, um, the better your clears are going to be, and the more damage you're going to be able to output. Aside from like maybe like a yellow chip of 40% damage, no, like I'll still say like this still outperforms those chips honestly. So this is a must, a necessity. So I'm gonna go and look. 48. Let's reroll once. That's terrible. See this right here. This is what I want to restore 2% of your restore 2% of damage you dealt as HP. This will give you a cheap way of you regain your fluid armor because how the 40% HP chip works. With you repairing yourself or slash healing, you're gonna regain your fluid armor, and by doing so, it's just gonna make it so your fluid armor is staying top off just a little bit. Where as long as it's not laser damage, you're gonna be good. If it's laser damage, I'm sorry, it's just gonna go through you. So I'm gonna grab that, and I can't afford anything, and I'm gonna call it good there. Alright. Where am I at? My area effect is at 40%. Reroll once. Crit rate. Nice. Alright, so crit damage or damage. In this scenario, you want more damage because how the damage will equate more crit damage versus you getting crit damage. Also, I'm gonna keep in mind that I'm doing this and I'm only having a 6 minute run right now, so I am doing pretty phenomenal. Uh, to get the 18%, climb up. I want to grab the turrets real quick because those will chunk this my shield like so hard. All right. In this scenario, I'm gonna get a little bit of HP just in case. Like the other chips are not that great for me right now, so I'm just gonna get the extra HP. Cause like my my total HP is limited at 40%, so the more HP I have in total, the higher my fluid armor increases, as well as my HP overall increases. So you get a double benefit from it now, with you having the 40% HP chip. Turn my shield back on.
Stabilizing.
Oh, another one. It's gonna be a pretty nuts run, just from that. Shield max or area effect? I'm gonna go with shield max. And I'm gonna save the rest for if I need to reroll a bit. Alright. Damage at 78. Crit damage. We're gonna go with crit damage. High up. And alright. So now I need to start using my shield a little bit more defensively, because now they're starting to do a lot more damage, and I just have to be careful, especially with like energy-based weapons, because they're gonna go through my fluid armor and do direct HP, and that is like the most dangerous thing. Here, I'm gonna get the damage. Where am I at? Alright, so after this we're gonna fight Trisego. So we're gonna see how our build's pulling up. I think as long as I don't touch the bubble, I should be fine. Because I think that's the only thing that's gonna really just like one-shot me, as if I don't have my shield. So I gotta keep that in mind. And what I mean by the bubble is that it's gonna do like an EMP pulse, and that can 100% just like kill me. So I gotta keep that in mind. And as soon as I get in here, I gotta go high up and I gotta shoot all these turrets down, and then drop down. Then I can kill it. So I gotta put the bubble on me, and I gotta fly. So. To kill it. Bam. That's perfect. Oh, this is a good. This is better than this right here. Because it gives me an additional shot, which makes me do even more damage in the long run. Oh, that's perfect right there. This right here giving me additional 30% damage. And we're gonna reroll once. This is terrible. You should never get this. Maybe if you're like in the heavies, maybe this could be nice. But it's just too slow for it to be like effective. So we're getting close to the near end. I'm gonna grab this. No, I'm gonna refresh one more time. Bam, that's super good right there. Additional damage. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And if you're wondering where we're at right now, we are at 22% HP, area effect 40%, crit rate at 64, but you gotta keep in mind the plus, was it 16? Plus 16, so plus 16 with 64. So that means we're already at 70, 80, at 80% crit. So we just need a little bit more crit, and then we are at 100%. We're already at 135 damage. The shield is at 76%. This could have been increased a little bit more, but like this is fine. Crit damage is at 280%. I would like to get this up to 400 if I can. That'd be nice. Get that at 400 and get that at 100% crit. And then put the rest into damage if I can, or shield or HP. Just for survivability. I really do want to get a chip for restart, and I should be all solid. And we're doing a pretty good run so far. For a free run with only minimal investment, this is going pretty good. Turn the shield back on because these turrets will kill me. Repair, let's go. Nah, I don't want that. I'm gonna get, I said 80, that would put me on 90, what, 92? So, just need one more repair chip and I should be all solid. So I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, more damage, let's go. Good damage. Turn my shield back on and just bombard the area.
Stabilizing.
These are kind of bad. Terrible. I want the damage. I overkilled it. Oh, this is perfect. I get one restart chip. Now this is gonna overtap. This is gonna overcap me on the crit rate, so it's kind of wasted a little bit. But I'm kind of fine with it for now. I'm gonna get the HP and then call it good there. I'm up. Evasion, terrible. So I'm gonna increase my crit damage now. Since I have 100% crit, that means my crit damage is gonna become a little bit more important to me. I'm gonna grab the HP because the HP is real nice. I'm up. I'm gonna shield. Crit damage. No, not crit damage. Damage, my bad. English is a difficult thing. Alright, we're gonna fight the last boss now. So, I think this is worthless, but like, we're gonna grab it. I can't afford to spin a roll. Well, I mean, I could afford a little bit, but I'm as strong as I could get. So this is primarily where like skill comes involved more than what you got. If you're spending money, then you could ignore skill and just go more of just whatever you have. It'd be good enough, quote unquote, good enough. I don't really need this right here, but I just like it just in case. There's been like a few times where like I just flat out run out and I can't do anything afterwards. So it becomes a bummer. Alright, so this is what I have right now. This is the max damage, shield, crit damage, crit rate, area effect, HP, and cooldown, and then the special upgrades that I have. So I have one emergency protection protocol. So it's gonna save me if I muck up. The biggest thing to take away from this is the 40% is really helping me getting a lot of value, and the nano chips along with this as well, which is also part of the nano chip set, are increasing my damage super high when it comes down to bosses. And then this right here for the light missile launchers is helping tremendously. So we're gonna just quickly get in here, and usually I like to be high in the air. I don't like being in the ground, because if he grabs you, even with your shield, he's just gonna one-tap you, and it's a terrible feeling. Turn my shield back on, see what's he doing real quick. Because if he's shooting his lasers, oh, there we go. Turn my shield. I think it popped already. This is the biggest issue that I hate with this, is that even though that he's like quote unquote dead, his missile will still fire and still hit you. So don't turn off your shield even when he's dead. You can still quote unquote die and lose. And there you go. Tetra very easily. I did not spend any blue coins in this run. You've seen me. And I made it full clear, 11 minutes and 32 seconds. This timer would be increased maybe an additional, I want to say maybe an additional like 1 to 2 minutes if I were to use like lower tier weapons, but and without mods. But like if you really want to, I can do this again and go without any mods, and with just having tier 4 weapons, or tier 4 or tier 3 weapons if you want, just so you can see how this goes and show you that you can do this without without spending any blue coins or have a really high level weapon or anything crazy like that. Nice. And if you're curious of my calibration is only level 6. But I've done this with being a level 1, level 2 with level 0. So this is the only time I've been leveling up my Pinaka. I am not a healer by any means, and I'm not even a Pinaka player to begin with. So this is like one free way for you to do it. And I am not taking credit for this idea. This idea is not mine. The 40% chips were my idea, but the use of Pinaka came from my friend Zanium. Zanium thought of this idea of using Pinaka for the Pinaka bubble and having 0% evasion. I'm sure there's probably like other people that thought about this and made it into their own thing, but like he's the only one that I've known that kind of went a little bit further into the details and trying to figure out like what would be the quote unquote optimal way of doing this without spending any blue coins. All right. On that note, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my live stream for tomorrow. I'm gonna be live streaming tomorrow. I have a couple things I have to do, which is work, and then I might take a quick little nap before I go before I start live streaming. But I'll be live streaming, and I will probably do some Nexus runs, and uh, I'll show you guys how to do a thermal saber run in the next video, if you guys are interested in. If you're wondering what my thermal saber is, I'm going to be cheating. I will. My thermal saber is level 15, so yeah, that's pretty beefy. I am not going to go and do this with like a level 1 thermal. You can do it with a level 1 thermal saber, but like it's rough. It's rough, and if one, I'm using the defense field plus 12. It's just a mimic. It's just to mimic Pinaka slightly, and what I'm going to be using is Panther for that run. All right, on that note, thank you for being here. See you in the next video. Later.